Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, yeah, it's a crappy day out here today. It's about 40 something degrees. It's supposed to get a little bit warmer later on this afternoon, but today we're going to be unboxing the Bighorn Pellet Pizza Oven. Okay, they sent us this, and we will unpack it, show you how to assemble it, show you how to fire it up, and then we're going to cook something good on it. Okay, right after this.
He's a bad beast on that barbecue, on the grill or the smoker. He knows just what to do. He's a bad beast on that barbecue.
All right, let's start the assembly process. Okay, I was looking for legs, but then I didn't realize that this had fold-out legs, like so. That's convenient, like that. I like that. So set that up. Voila. All right, I'm gonna bring you closer so we can install the rest of the stuff. All right, guys, according to the instructions, step one, this is the ashtray. So we're gonna install the ashtray. There are a couple of lips underneath here. So it just basically slides in here. If I can get it lined up. There we go. Easy peasy. All right, so step 3 and 4, you got to install the fuel hopper. So you're going to remove these 2 screws here and save them. The kit didn't come with a screwdriver, so you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. And here is the fuel hopper. So this slides down into here as such, and we reinstall the same screws. All right, fuel hopper is installed. All right, guys, so step 5, we install the chimney. So here's the chimney opening here, and you see they got these 2 latches here, or spaces with the arrows that go counterclockwise. There's a rod here that fits in there, as such, and we turn it and we tighten it. Okay, now we install the chimney idle. Okay, guys, so now we're at the top of the chimney. This is the lid that comes off here, and we're going to install the chimney idle. Okay, so this is the chimney idle here, so it fits right here as such. Okay, the next step is to install the pizza stone. Got the Bighorn logo on the pizza stone. All right. Okay, guys, so the next step is to put in the firebox assembly. So this is the firebox. This goes inside of this. And I gotta make sure I put this in correct. So put the assembly together. Comes with this little holder as such. And it slides right into here. Okay. And last but not least, we're gonna put together the door. So that it comes with a nice handle. This screws into here. Nice and tight. And there you have it. All right, guys, so that's it. It's fully assembled and didn't take hardly any time at all. It was just as easy to assemble this as it was to assemble the 1500 degree infrared oven that Bighorn had sent us, okay? It's really heavy, nice heavy duty parts, stainless steel and stuff. This little handle is really important because these parts back here where the pellets are and where the fire will be happening at gets very hot. So if you need to pull this drawer out, you can use this handle, or if you need to add more pellets to the hopper, you can use this handle. Do not leave this handle on top of your pizza oven or anywhere on the device itself, because this will get hot and then you won't be able to use it. You burn your hand, okay? So let's go ahead and fire this up and let's see how it works. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and fire this thing up, see how hot it gets, and then maybe later on this afternoon, once it warms up just a little bit more, it'll come out here. We're probably not gonna cook pizza today because Veterans Day and we had pizza last night, just because we were out and about. But We're gonna cook some steak. We're gonna throw a couple of lobster tails in here, and we may throw a few vegetables in there if we can scrounge some up. Okay, so but first of all, let's go ahead and test out the firing capability of the Bighorn pizza oven, wood pellet pizza oven, and we'll see how hot it can get. And of course, we also need to burn out some of the impurities, as we have to do with all new grills and cooking devices. Okay, so what we're going to be using today is we're going to be using Bear Mountain bold barbecue hardwood pellets. Okay, and for my lighting material, I normally like to use tumbleweeds. So you can't beat tumbleweeds, but I'm out of them, so I'm either going to try these Jealous Devil boom fire starters, or these fire starters from Proud Soul Barbecue and Provisions. So I'll make that decision once we get everything set up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set this up, so I'm gonna bring you closer and let's go ahead and get busy. All right, guys, so it recommends that we start out with 10 ounces of pellets in the fire box. So this part here that was on top of the chimney also doubles as a scoop. So we're going to put 10 ounces of pellets in this cup here. Try to measure it out. Oh, a little bit too much. That's 12. Throw a little bit back. All right, so that's close to 10 ounces. Let's get this off of here. All right, so we're gonna open up our firebox assembly. Now, that's one thing I'm not a big fan of, is that there's no way for it to like hang out and well, you can work with it like this. Okay, you're gonna have to take it all the way out, I'm assuming. Let me check the box. Oh, let me check the instructions. Okay, yeah, it says you gotta take it all the way out, so we're gonna take it all the way out. We're gonna put our pellets in here. All right. Then it says put your fire starter to the front part of the firebox assembly. So we're gonna use one of these right here, our lighter. And that's why I like the tumbleweeds, because they catch a lot quicker, a lot easier. All right, we're gonna put this back in here. Let it do its thing. Now, you're supposed to keep the front door closed also. So that's what we did. Okay, it said we need to give it 5 minutes for the pellets to get started and for the fire and stuff to get going, and then we can go ahead and put some additional pellets in the hopper here. So come back in 5 minutes. All right, guys, so it's been 5 minutes or so. I got smoke coming out of the smokestack. So we're gonna go ahead and slowly top off our hopper. And like I said, this piece here doubles as a shovel, okay? Maybe a funnel would have been a lot better. Yeah, some type of funnel. All right, we're gonna top this off. Close this back up. All right, guys, so you guys see there's a lot of smoke coming out of the smokestack here. So we're gonna wait for it to come up. The temperature is supposed to get up between 300 and 350 degrees Celsius, which is somewhere in the neighborhood of 572 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? So if this little bad boy here can get up to 575, 600 degrees, it should cook a steak really, really well, okay? So, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing, if it can cook some steak. Being a carnivore, we'll see how that turns out, okay? So should take 18 to 20 minutes. So we're gonna let it go. And then we are going to check out the pizza stone temperature with our heat gun, okay? So hang around. All right, so while we've been waiting for this thing to come up to temperature, as you can see, got some fire coming out of the smokestack. So it's definitely got some heat working here. That's why you keep that lid on top of it so that those flames doesn't go up and harm or damage anything that's above it, okay? So man, but you can tell this thing is getting hot off of pellets. So interested in seeing what the temperature is going to be like. Ooh, they got fire. All right. Oh man, it's over 1,000 degrees, looks like, because it won't even register on my heat gun. So I'm assuming that it is way above 600 degrees. So it's smoking a lot. So let me give you a look on the inside. All right, I'll give you a look on the inside. That fire was right above the pizza stone. As you can see, it's coming out of that flute in the back, and it's providing a whole lot of quick fire, okay? I guess it's smoking again because I added more pellets. So we'll let it clear out. We're gonna let it burn all the way out, shut down, and then we'll cook on it later. All right, so I'm gonna have to find me a better heat gun, or a heat gun that will let me measure above 1,000 degrees. This one here has a limit of 1,022 degrees Fahrenheit. So that must be over 1,000 degrees, okay? So it'll definitely cook whatever you throw in there in a matter of seconds, all right? So interested in seeing how it handles a steak, interested in seeing how it handles some lobster tails we're gonna throw in there. You know, these type of things, you can't really control the heat. So there's no gauge and no lever or nothing. So you just got to make sure you watch your food when you throw it in there, okay? But we're going to go ahead and let it burn all the way out. According to the instructions, it takes about 90 minutes for this to cool totally down, okay? Then we're going to empty out all the ash. We're going to clean it out. We're going to reset it. And this afternoon, we'll throw a couple of steaks in there and a couple of lobster tails and so forth and so on. So hang around. You're going to see that right now. All right, guys, so this is the next day. We weren't able to cook yesterday afternoon, so we already have the Bighorn pizza oven already firing up, okay? In the manual, it says that if you're gonna cook a steak that you need to put it on the pizza stone, but I didn't want to use it directly on the pizza stone, so I do have this little cast iron steak searing skillet that I'm gonna put in there and let it warm up at the same time as the pizza oven is warming up, and then we're going to use this to sear our steak. So we'll see how that turns out. All right, we just got to wait for it to come up to temperature. All right, guys, we're going to check our temperature again. All right, so right now the temperature's at 639 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and throw our steak in, because our steak is not very big. We just have a small steak. See, it's not much. I had to trim it down, so it's not much there, but I had to bring our little steak out. We got some sear action there. All right, we're gonna close this up, and it says to count for 20, so we'll count for 20. All right, so it's been 20 seconds. We're gonna take it out, rotate it 180 degrees. Another 20. Okay, so that's our second 20. Let's go ahead and flip it over. Now, the one thing I've noticed that when I open this door here to flip the food or turn it, if there's a wind going, that wind pushes the flames out the back grate. So hopefully it's not burning up all the pellets at one time. So we got 20 seconds on this side. We'll come back and hit it again. Okay, now we're gonna turn it 180 degrees for our last 20 seconds. this small steak might be a little more to the medium or medium well side than to the rare side, since it's so small and the pizza oven is so hot. So last 20 seconds. All right, so that's the last 20 seconds. So let's go ahead and get it out. And that's what it looks like. So we're going to go ahead and take it out the skillet. Let's go ahead and temp it out while we got it in the skillet. Yep, 129, 130, 133. Yep. So in the area of medium rare. So let's take this off. We'll let that rest. All right, guys. So our steak has been resting for about 10-15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and cut into it, see what we got. All right, let's have a taste test. Now the steak tastes good for a medium well steak. Okay, it's not quite to my liking because I like medium rare. However, this thing here will eat well if you're a medium or medium well person. Okay, so once again, we're gonna try another steak again on the next cook when we actually do a pizza next time, also on our next cook. But so far, I like the Bighorn pizza oven. Easy to assemble, easy to cook in. It just got a learning curve that you got to get above. Okay, so let me have another taste and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Bighorn pizza oven. Okay, so why would you want one of these? Okay, well, yeah, family, friends over, it's pretty cool if you're going to be doing multiple different small pizzas and stuff. It supposedly cook a pizza really, really quick. We haven't yet to try that out, so we will do that this weekend when the weather's more conducive. Okay, but it can cook steaks, it can cook other foods, vegetables and stuff. Seafood may be a little rough because of how delicate seafood is, so you may have to find some way or some method to do that without the top of it scorching like our lobster tails did. Okay, and I'm gonna figure that out so that I can be able to cook lobster tails for the wife. Okay, but this thing does get really, really hot, so this is a great centerpiece for your patio when you're having parties and stuff. And it's fall season, so if you guys are doing any kind of barbecues or what have you, and you want to throw in some pizza or some pizza style oven hors d'oeuvres or what have you, this you can't go wrong with this here. Okay, it's heavy duty. It seems to be built to last. It gets really hot off of just simple wood pellets, right? So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd have to give this an 8.5 because there's a couple of things that I would have done differently. For example, I would have probably provided a funnel for the pellets going into the chute instead of the scoop, or made the scoop a little bit more enclosed. Okay, I would have probably provided some type of a metal skillet and stuff along with the pizza stone in order to have a choice of using one or the other. And as this heated up and cooled down and whatever, metal expands and shrinks and contracts and stuff. So when I pull the ash tray out the back to do some cleaning, it was kind of stuck. The metal had kind of, I guess, I don't want to say warped, but it had kind of reshaped. So I had to force it out and force it in. I'm sure it'll get easier over time, but those are the perils you have when you have an all stainless steel item. But all in all, I like this. This is really nice. It gets really hot, and I cannot wait to do some pizza on it this weekend. So I will definitely do a video on that. Okay, so once again, I want to thank the folks at Bighorn for sending this out to us. Hopefully we'll get a discount code and put it in the description block for you guys to use. There's a sale coming up from Bighorn, so you guys should be able to use the discount code in conjunction with the sale. So hey, by all means, jump on one of these if you've had a desire to get a pizza oven for the backyard patio. Okay, this definitely could be a conversation piece for your next party. Okay, well, that's about it. Hey, like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If it's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. Hey, as always, hey, we'll see you guys around the smoker.